Hey Pisces, welcome to my channel. My name is Katie and today I'm going to be doing another reading for you guys. It's the evening here and I just feel like connecting again. I've had several days in which I haven't been able to post, so I'm trying to make up for it as usual. Today I'm going to be using the Crazy Cat Tarot. You can get this one on Etsy. This is a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what's coming in. Initially, I already started recording another reading, which was a love reading, but it just didn't really happen because my pets are still going crazy all day long. We're on heavy lockdown here. I can't take them for their regular walk, so they are just, I don't know, going a little nuts. Universe, please bring in the most relevant messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I'm taking the cards that fall on the table specifically. Most relevant messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Luna. I wonder if they're going to let me work today. Guys, I remind you that the online course to learn how to read tarot cards is available. I'm super happy to share this journey with so many of you guys. I know that there's plenty of you who have already enrolled, and I'm excited to see your progress. I peek, you know, in the website's back end, and I see how you guys are going, and it's great. So if you're going to go through this journey with me, all information is going to be linked down in the description box. Universe, messages for Pisces. Relevant, important, valuable lessons and messages for Pisces. Alright, got the Tower. We've got the Seven of Cups. Five of Wands. High Priestess. And the Nine of Cups. Whew. Okay, so really positive energy, Pisces, and at the same time, really chaotic energy too. So that's interesting. What we can see here already, Pisces, is that there's a shakeup. There's a powerful shakeup coming to allow the goodness to come in. All of these blessings and all of these goodness aren't just going to arrive. They're actually going to be pushed in by what seems like chaos or conflict. And you know this, Pisces, with the High Priestess here, you know very well what's going on. You are aware, even though you can't understand, because with the Seven of Cups here, I feel like your mind is in the Seven of Cups, meaning that you don't exactly understand how one thing is going to lead to another. Maybe you don't exactly see how the strings are being pulled in the backstage part of your life, but you do feel like it's all right though. Like intuitively, you're very clear that something amazing is coming. You can feel it, you can sense it, and you see that all of these things moving, maybe new opportunities, maybe new connections, maybe radical change. You know very deep within every cell of your body that this is good for you. The mind, though, may feel, with the Seven of Cups here, like you don't know what's true and what's fantasy. Like you may not understand exactly, you know, like the tiny little details of it all. Five of Wands and the Tower. I feel like this Tower in your life, this radical change that's happening or that will happen, radical change, necessary change, something that is for your highest good, even if it's scary, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's not necessarily what you would choose. You know that ultimately it is for your highest good. All of these changes are coming together thanks to many different forces or people. It's like a lot of different people are pitching in to orchestrate this powerful change and to make sure that it is as good as it can be. Pisces, I see you here as very happy. Very happy. I feel like you're more stable emotionally than you have been in a while. And I know that this is not the case for all Pisces. Please take what resonates with you, leave the rest. I know that many of you are actually having a really hard time right now. And that is also, very present here in the cards. Some of you are feeling good, better than before. But some of you are having a hard time digesting the confusion, the conflicting energies, and the change that is happening maybe this year. I don't blame you. It's a lot. 2020 has proven to be a lot. And, we're not only talking about the world here. Pisces, in your life, there's a massive restructuring coming. Maybe some of you guys can see it already. Many of you may not. But it's going to be such a powerful, powerful thing, Pisces. And I'm happy for you guys. Let's see. What additional messages do you have for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? I'm taking the cards that fall on the table. I'm taking them upright. Temperance and the Empress. What I feel right now, Pisces, is that it's hard for you to be in that in-between. I feel discomfort, restlessness, and anxiety of being in a space that's not fully defined. So what I'm seeing here is that maybe right now, or maybe always, you have felt like you want to be clear on things. Like, you don't care if the relationship obviously you care, but you don't care as much if the relationship stays or ends. But what would really bother you is to stay in a state of limbo and not know for a long period of time. So with work, it's like, well, am I fired or am I hired? You want to be clear on things. And right now, Pisces, I feel like you are in a little bit of an in-between between the energy of fast, fiery, destructive change or standing still and being at peace and harmony. It's like there's days, Pisces, in which you want this tower and you want it right now and you want it bad. You know what I mean? Like, you want things to fall apart if they need to in order for that new fresh air to come in. But then there's another part of you that's like, oh, well, maybe that's not the best idea, even though you feel very called to, even if you feel like destroying everything around you. Maybe it would be wiser to just kind of stay put and just be patient and balanced and take it easy. And sometimes you crave the peace, and sometimes you crave the chaos. And when I mean crave the chaos, I don't mean difficult emotions. I am actually referring to the liberation that comes from chaos. So let's say that you've been in a relationship that's been stagnant, you're unhappy, you've spent decades in it, and you have finally come to the conclusion that it is just never going to change and that you have to do something about it. Now we're using the example of a relationship, but it can apply for anything else. And it's like that divine chaos and that destruction is how good it feels to finally say, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, finally put an end to something that should have been over a long time ago. So Pisces, I feel like you are being tempted by both sides right now. And both sides are good. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not like there's one that's better than the other. It's just that I feel like you are at times craving balance and peace and harmony and for nothing to be happening. And then the next minute you're like, oh, let's just bring in this thunder and let's get it all over with. Like universe, if you're gonna change my entire life, then do it fast. You know what I mean? Like, do it all at once. And some of you guys are kind of like invoking that chaos, sacred chaos. You have to be a badass, Pisces, to feel confident enough to crave that and to ask for it. And who is more badass than Pisces? Honestly, guys, like, I was listening to Minnow Pond Tarot today. I think that's the name of his channel. He's a guy, he's very sweet. He's a Pisces too. And he was saying something that really resonated with me, which was that sometimes Pisces has like spiritual PTSD. And I was like, oh my God, yes. Totally. And I feel like that's kind of present here in the sense that we have become really freaking strong, Pisces. Like, nobody can take that away from you. Nobody. No matter how shitty your life has been, no matter how difficult, no matter how you feel, no matter how whatever, you're a badass. Because you have alchemized energy, transmuted energy, grown, expanded your consciousness and everyone's consciousness around. You have endured and persevered, and you are a fucking badass, Pisces. Seriously. And because you're a badass and because you know how much you can take and you have grown to be so strong, some of you are fearless. Some of you are like, bring it on. You know what I mean? Like, bring it on. Bring in the change. Let's fucking do this. And I'm impressed, Pisces. I'm impressed. Because that also speaks about the level of certainty and faith that you have. You wouldn't ask for that if you didn't know for sure that the change that you are calling in will be ultimately helpful to you. If you had doubts, if your faith wasn't strong enough, you would be like, I don't want change. Like, what if it goes wrong? You know, what if it's not for my highest good? What if I suffer incessantly forever? You know what I mean? But if you're ready to call it in, this sacred chaos, it's because you know, because you've been through it enough, that the changes that the universe send your way are for your highest good. They always pay off. They always, 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 always are worth it looking back. But when you're going through it and you're not certain of where you're going to end up, yeah, it's definitely scary. So this is kind of like for those badass Pisces who have been through the ringer several times, you know, who have been through difficult situations over and over again and have the experience. And when I mean experience, I don't mean that to be related to age. I'm not saying that the most experienced are the oldest Pisces, not necessarily. I have met teenager Pisces that are freaking enlightened. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about that. What I'm trying to say here with experience is that you have been through enough tower moments to know that the tower clears the way for the star, for the healing, for the peace and the love and the beauty, serenity, and for divine, what's the word I'm looking for? Divine choice to be made? Divine grace. It's not what I was looking for, but that works. Divine grace to have its way, kind of thing. So kudos to you, Pisces. If you're one of those Pisces who's like, let's fucking do this. Like, even if I'm scared, even if I'm uncomfortable, even if I'm intimidated, let's fucking do this because you know that it's going to be good for you. Congratulations, Pisces. That's a whole new level of badassery. Not that I'm surprised. Not that I'm surprised. Some of you guys could be dealing with a Taurus. Okay, guys, before I did this reading, before I started, I actually recorded about 10 minutes of another reading for Pisces, but it was like too interrupted by my pets. Like, it was getting impossible to you know, follow. So I just want to bring in that message real quick. Pisces, some of you, romantically perhaps, or in other dynamics, you may be dealing with an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. this person doesn't see your worth. I'm sorry, guys, but this person sees you as an option, and they do not see you for who you are. And I know that this is very random. This might be touching on some of you guys' nerves or political inclinations or opinions. It's not my intention to. But I do know that there's going to be a percentage of Pisces that understand what I'm trying to say. It's like this person compares you to other options, whether work-wise or romantic-wise, that have nothing in, you're saying, like, league. The example that came through to me, it's like Melania Trump and Michelle Obama. I don't know about you guys, I don't know your opinions, but for me, Michelle Obama's a fucking powerhouse. As a person, she's just, like, amazing to me. I really admire her. And let's just say that Melania is just not that. You know what I mean? And not to offend anyone, not to offend her. I'm not trying to, throw shade her way. Not at all. I don't know anything about her, not really. So that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is not, like... How can I make this sound politically correct? Or, like, kind of neutral. Okay, let's say it's a work example. This person has two people that could fill a position. One has been in business for 20 years, has all the experience in the world, has been the creator of 3 super successful $1 million businesses, and they're still going strong. And then the other person that they're considering has never had a job. You know what I mean? Like, how can you be comparing the two? They're not the same thing. And that's what I felt at that reading. That the Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius person who you have a dynamic with, they have options, and they honestly think that you are in a category that you're not. Like, they do not see your worth, Pisces. So please step out of that if you can. Because it's not... It's like they have this perception of you that's completely wrong. And when you're dealing with them, it's like you enter that perception and you become that version of you, which is so inaccurate. So there was a strong message there to just walk away. And this message has come through several times. And it's hard sometimes to, listen to these messages. But I find that the reason why they come in so many times is because it's something that we need to hear a lot in order for it to be processed within us. And I see here a Taurus. And yesterday in the Pisces with Earth sign reading, we saw a lot of love from a Taurus person. So, think about it. A little parentheses there. Ooh. 2 of Wands. Okay, Pisces. So, you have your sights on the tower. You want this tower, Pisces. Some of you guys really want this tower. This powerful life change. It's like you're orchestrating it. You're looking for it. Many of you, obviously not all of you. And the 2 of Pentacles. So 2 of Wands and 2 of Pentacles. Interesting. I see this little cat here, just like the magician. I see him kind of like spinning these strawberries and being very like proud of his magic for some reason. That's what I'm getting from the illustration of this card. And Pisces, I think that some of you feel like you have options. Let's say that you could do one thing or another. Maybe with your money, maybe with your time, maybe with your work. It's like there's this common thought of, I have to choose. But what I'm getting here is that you don't. You don't have to choose. You can do both. You're the magician. Even though this is not the magician, honestly what I'm seeing here from this card is the magician. That's the energy that I'm feeling. Last message for Pisces. Sacred fucking badass Pisces. If you don't like swearing, this is probably not the best place to be, Pisces. I'm sorry. I swear a lot. Keep it real. And we've got the Lovers. So yes, Pisces, right now, definitely a time to make choices. The Lovers is, yeah, definitely about love and romance and connections, life partnerships, yada, yada, yada. But it's also about choices. And you have the Two of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Lovers. I'm impressed, Pisces. Choose to remain in your Empress status. Choose to remain in your King status. Choose to remain in your Emperor, High Priestess, Hierophant status. Pisces, you are... if there's cross watchers here, they're probably thinking like, Pisces is so full of themselves. But you know what? We get to be, because we have been through so much. And it's honestly better to be full of ourselves and be able to admit and observe all of the qualities that we have than the alternative, because many Pisces come into this world in the complete other side of the spectrum. Low self-esteem, people-pleasing, tons of empathy to the point of, you know, too emphatic, I can't say it. Too empathetic for our own good, too sensitive for our own good, you know, too caring for our own good. So it's like, this is a different aspect of us for sure. And I say we embrace it. Let's be full of ourselves. Oprah said once that, like, someone was like, oh, she's so full of herself and stuff. She was like, I'm glad I'm full of myself. Like, what would I rather be? I love myself, you know? And I think that it's a good way to see our growth. So do whatever you need and remain in the places where you're seen for what you are. Because your worth and your perspective about yourself shifts when someone doesn't see your value. It's like you start believing that you don't have any value. And that's dangerous, Pisces. So yeah, I love this reading so much. It was lovely. Please let me know if you like this view of the cards. It's the first time I do it this way. In my little tripod here, so I hope it works. And guys, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for joining me today, for all of your views and likes and everything. And if you guys want to support the channel, you can enroll in the level 1 tarot course, which is lovely. It's a video course, pre-recorded lessons, so you can watch them on your own time, in your own space. You can start the course whenever you feel like it. You can purchase it today and start in 2 months or whatever. Or go through it in one night if that's the kind of Pisces that you are. I know I am sometimes that way. So it has a lot of freedom. And it's covering the first section of the tarot, which is the major arcana. It also includes energy protection, intentions, spreads, a lot of really cool stuff. So if you've never started this journey before, if you're a beginner, you're gonna love it. Let me know. The information is gonna be below with my website and everything else you may need to be in contact with me. I love you, fishies. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.